The Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media presents the Wednesday Sliders. I'm Edward Hall alongside Ryan Garnett. Ryan, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Glad that me and you kind of dodged the rain and everything. Mark, on the other hand, has not dodged it. It's coming absolutely gully washing up north.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, he's been having some internet issues, and I'm trying to get all this shared over. I think I got it all shared over, and
And I,
we
and I
do
just
have a
okay. I just shouted to the Twitter and everything too.
and we do have an Instagram page, but I'm still trying to figure out this whole Instagram stream key thing that they keep telling me I need, and for some reason I can't figure that out. One of these days
I,
I might be able to figure it out.
I didn't know nothing about that.
Yeah, every time I do it, it asks us about that. But you know, starting off while we're waiting on Mark and our first set of guests, had a fun time going and covering a few district games. I was actually looking forward to try to get down to the Link camp. We'll cover their district yesterday, but unfortunately, my kids, I had to run them to the ER to find out that my daughter has a pulled muscle around her rib cage. And, that's not a very fun experience because now she's getting to experience that for the first time, having a pulled muscle. And them are not very fun.
It does not sound fun.
No, they're a pain. But it looks like most of the games are going to get rained out today, unfortunately. But that means that they will pick back up hopefully tomorrow. And looking
Yeah, the only
forward
game so
to
far in the region tonight was Corbin and South Law playing down in Williamsburg tonight.
I'm looking forward to hopefully, I think next week I believe for the region tournament to hit. But while we're waiting, Ryan, I've got a few little graphs here, if I can get them pulled up before all this crazy weather and the internet goes crazy. But, first off, I want to give a big thank you out to Bryant's Family Medicine for being our sponsor and allowing us to be able to do what we do on a daily basis. Have Ryan, you got any plans for next week?
Uh, Depends on when that regional tournament is set. We would all assume that Monday they would play 4 games in one day. Uh, I'm probably not to be able to go because I work 12 to 9, but depending on my work schedule and everything, when we get the time set for that regional tournament, depends on where it's at. Don't really know where it's because the way website shows don't show a location. Hopefully, we will get a location built later on in this week.
Yeah,
And back to going back to going to watching your going to cover your games or whatever. Had an awesome time up at Bell High covering that 52nd District baseball game. 2 very well played games.
I would have to agree. And, I actually got to witness history when I got to go up there to the Harlan County game, Harlan County softball. I got to watch Alexis Adams, become the all-time strikeout leader at Harlan County, which to me, that's a huge accomplishment, especially because I don't know if you know this or not, but she's just a freshman, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I was thinking. I mean, that's a big accomplishment just for a ninth grader or a freshman. And
Well,
we have Mark now.
well, I'm so glad you finally decided to join us, Mark.
Hello.
Can you hear us now?
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
internet's
we can hear
still
you.
coming together. We got a little bit of rain here at Williamsburg. So, yeah. And my oldest boy sort of saved the day for me. I think he got my internet rigged up here enough to do a show. But, yeah, it's raining a little bit.
Well, down here in Middlesboro, it's just sunshine and daisies. So I
Sunny
believe
Middlesboro, right?
I believe somebody just turned the water faucet on above, a water hose around your house. I don't believe it's raining.
Well, I'm sure you could probably ask a
Yeah.
few people that's played a game there earlier today that hopefully they all got home safe. But it decided to open up here.
Well,
Yeah,
while we're waiting on our,
I'm looking at the radar and everything. The
It
rain's just now crossed over the Bell County line, so it's working our way here.
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm showing
Yep, we
about
can
as
hear
low
you loud and
bars
clear.
as I could show right now.
But while we're waiting on our first guest to come on, we'll go over a few of our rankings while we're waiting on them. And this is the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media Statewide Baseball Top 10. You got Trinity from Louisville at 31-4, McCracken County at 30-9, Boyd County at 25-2, Pleasure Ridge Park at 31-3, Ballard at 25-5, Bowling Green at 30-6, Apollo Owensboro at 22-7, Covington Catholic at 30-3, Taylor County at 23-1, and Owensboro Catholic at 30-6. Mark and Ryan, you got any thoughts?
As Trinity moved off that number one line all year, well, not all year, but since you've been doing this.
No, I do not believe they have, and I think since I've been doing it, they've only lost one game throughout the remainder of the season since I've been doing it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, looks solid to me. I've not really seen a whole lot of these teams. I've watched a little bit here and there on them, and McCracken County. I mean, we speak about it every week. It looks like that they're good in all sports. It's just not just baseball or softball or basketball. They're good at everything. I bet they had a coffee shop there. They probably had the best coffee shop around too. Just McCracken County, just good folks. They're good at everything. They're like Ryan over there. He's good at everything.
Yeah, and you go back to, I mean, I guess the rain deal has affected them in Louisville too because they've yet to post their score from today. But I mean, let's take a look at who they've played. I mean, I know they're right there on the border of like Indiana, Ohio, and everything, but they don't shy away from the competition.
No, I mean they sure don't, because when you look at it, you just look at who they've played and everything like that. But now moving on to the softball side of things. This is your Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media Statewide Softball Top 10. You got South Warren at 30-4, Henderson County at 30-4, Male at 24-7, Davis County at 20-6, Lexington Catholic at 21-2, McCracken County at 26-6, Great Crossing at 22-8, Madison Central at 20-5, Hazard at 22-5, Harrison County at 30-6.
Watched
In
watched Hazard play last weekend, and Clay County put on a great performance, winning that game 2-0, and but was still really really impressed by Hazard and the coaching staff and the players across the board, and deservedly so that spot that they're in. That also speaks well for a 13th region about how good we are in this region also, and Clay County took Jackson County to now what was it, Ryan? 11 innings or something the other night. So
Yeah, yeah, 11.
so Clay County, hats off to them. They saved their best for last, and they definitely went down fighting. And there's a couple times that game I was like, well, Clay County's got this now, just 3 outs away. But hats off to Jackson County, they wouldn't give up either. They thought we don't want to go home, and that was just a heck of a matchup. But talking about this top 10, I've seen Bell, I've seen Hazard. Uh, Thinking I've seen Harrison County, so I've seen some of these schools, and South Warren's really good, and Lexington Catholic beat them earlier, so it's going to be interesting, to see how all this plays out. This is not guaranteed that all these teams are going to make the state tournament, but it'd be pretty interesting to see Lexington Catholic and South Warren face off again.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go to South Thornhill. Just looking at their schedule, I mean, they've already beat Henderson County in number 2. They've already beat Mill, and then they did lose a nail battle to Lexington Catholic there, but they've not shot away from the top 10 teams as well.
Now, I mean, I have to agree with you, and I've got to see the majority of these teams play, and it'll be a battle for every one of them. But I also do want to give a big shout out to Rachel Howard from Pineville because she is sitting at 1,194 strikeouts and just in her sophomore season. So, what y'all's thoughts on that?
I mean,
What's the total?
1,194.
1,194, right? That would probably
Yeah.
1,193 more strikeouts than I would probably have my whole career. So, yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, this just shows you. I mean, what a phenomenal athlete she really is.
And, Rob, I'm having a better evening today than what I did yesterday. And, I told Ryan a little bit about it, and Mark knew about it yesterday. But today's been pretty good. But
Yeah, any day you're alive and well and around good friends and doing what you love, you can say it's a good day. And only thing a person needs is shelter over their head, clothes on their back, and some food in their belly, and some loving friends. That's all a person needs. And we're just thankful that everybody gets through these storms carefully, and nothing catastrophic or however you pronounce that happens. But these winds are right. I got your private chat deal there, but these winds are howling pretty good at my house too. Trust me, it's hot by a screen door open a couple times there and woke me up.
Yeah, I don't want to have to go to my phone.
well, I'm not going to say it's sun shining because it is getting kind of late. But
I thought it was like sunny Florida. I didn't think it was sunny Middlesboro.
well, it is anymore.
So are they a old saying that the sun never sets in the borough? Or
And Rob, I would have to agree with you. I've been I've been under the weather for the last couple days, but trying to battle through it. And I actually had intentions on going and covering, you know, the Lean Camp and Barville and Pineville and Knox Central games yesterday, but like I told Ryan earlier, when I got home, had to run my son and my daughter to the ER to find out that my daughter has a pulled muscle around her rib cage. So and that's her first time having one of those. So if you ain't ever had one, trust me, they're not fun.
Or cracked ribs.
Yeah, that's not fun either.
I'd rather have neither one.
Helmet, ribs don't feel good.
Sure, but that's another sport.
Yeah.
So do y'all want to? Since we started with baseball first, do we need to start with softball this time on the top five?
That's up to you. You're the leader. It's your show.
Yep, I'm just following along.
We're just whatever. We're just little ducks in the pond. You're like Mother Goose or something, Edward. Can we start calling Edward Mother Goose?
No. This is the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media Top 5 Must See.
Robert, if you're still listening, can we call Edward Mother Goose from here on out? See what Robert said.
You can call me Father Time. You got Peyton Fields from Hazard with a 1.64 ERA. Number 2 is Jocelyn Woosey from Mail with 3 home runs and 21 RBIs. And correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, but she is just a 7th grader.
Yep.
Then you have Abby Hammond from Lexington Catholic. And here's the crazy thing is every single week I do this, if you go back and look at these graphics, her ERA continuously goes down. She is at a .49 ERA with 12 home runs. Then you got a record setter, Alexis Adams from Harlan County with 211 strikeouts. And then you have this, you've spoke to her, Mark. She don't really need no introduction other than, she hits the long ball and sends them over the fence and out of the park. You got Ashton Jackson from Harlan with 9 home runs and 43 RBIs. Listen, I don't know about the Mother Goose part, Robert.
Hey, Ryan, now from here on out, we got to say, Mother May I,
Absolutely not. Call me Father Time. But, your thoughts on the top 5 there?
Peyton Fields didn't pitch the game that we covered. I think Edward, I think ain't there some issues going on there, and I'm not going to get into details about it, but I'm right about that, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then Jocelyn interviewed her, talked to her firsthand. When you think of Jocelyn, it's sort of like Rachel and some of the other 7th graders that was coming up, Candace. You just you knew that some of these was going to be very special players, and we've had a lot of really good 7th grade athletes in our region too. Not only in this sport but in other sports, really good. And she's just different. You know that she's going to be a big time player as she progresses through high school. Abby, she's a UK commit for a reason, folks. She's going to Kentucky. I can see why Kentucky went after her as hard as they did. And Alexis is somebody that's come on the scene pretty quickly here, and thankfully we had the opportunity to be allowed to go down there and cover that. And Edward, I think you saw it firsthand. Her break the record, didn't you?
I did. I watched it firsthand.
And again, um, what freshman, right? And
Yes.
already break a record. So that's unreal. And then of course Asa Jackson, and it's not only what she does on the field, baseball, softball field, whatever you want to call it, but well spoken young lady, and as a a really good, really good interview that we had of her. Yeah, and I think Edward just mentioned that. Right. I believe
Yeah.
I said that would have
Rachel,
been. Go ahead, Edward.
one. I was about to say Rachel Howard's 1194 strikeouts and just being a sophomore. You know, I wrote a little article about her, and I do have, you know, if my honest opinion, I easily think she can finish anywhere between 1, 2, or 3 all time strikeout leader.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, that's just another one you knew that was coming up, and going back to Addison, I loved it. I loved the interview there, and it was just she. You can tell she's a real well-rounded individual. And Edward, I'll be right back. I got somebody at my door. Nothing like live TV, but I'll be right back. Well, never mind. They just come in. See, I don't even have to go nowhere. But a very solid list, though.
I agree, and you know, glad to have you back, Ryan. But
My lights flickered and my internet's out, so I'm having to use a hotspot on my phone.
but
See, Edward or Mother Goose can't say that it's sunny Millsboro now.
No, there's lightning here too.
It's lightning fast Millsboro.
but Ryan, do you want to give me your thoughts on this top five before we move
Yeah,
on around?
yeah. I'm gonna look at the number. I'm gonna look at the Abby Hammonds from Lexington Catholic. I mean, they just got them playing their game tonight. They did win 8-1, and she only gave up 1 run tonight. So, and I don't know. I don't. She did not hit a home run, so that's number something to change tonight. But I just think with the competition that they're playing around that Louisville, Lexington, Georgetown area, I mean that's a good competition up there.
Yes, I mean I have to agree with you, and I've again every team's super solid, and going back to what Rob said is I had Rachel on this top five must see, and basically I don't know if if everybody understands what this top five must see is, but the top five must see is just not mean top five players that we need to go see. This is telling everybody that these are five student athletes that either we've seen, we've researched, we've looked up and seen, watched highlights, and that these are five athletes that everybody needs to get out and see. It's
Yeah,
just not, me.
and that list changes quite a bit every week. There's changes on that list every week, and there's always quite a bit of 13th reading talent on there too, and seen quite a bit of it on there too. It's not located in one region only; it's statewide. And like I said, I've seen firsthand video or by eyeball every one of these. So it's hard to argue the fact.
And now, Moving on to the baseball side. Well, maybe.
It's on there.
Well, they showing me my picture froze. All right. Well, since you're saying it's showing, this is the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media Baseball Top 5 Must See. You got one Cooper Brock from Bell County. He's got 12 RBIs and 8 doubles. And the thing about Cooper's, it's just not what he does is at hitting. It's what he does, all the way around.
Well, your graph just don't want to stay up there.
Hey, yep, came finally.
But you got Taylor Penn from Wolford County with a .43 ERA, Blake Hall from East Carter with 51 RBIs, Mikey Neal from Corbin with 9 home runs, 46 RBIs, Baylor Vonner from Harlan with a 2.24 ERA.
What Mikey Neal is doing is almost short of amazing. And when you're talking about a team that has it backed away from competition, you can't hardly finish that sentence without putting Corbin right there. Corbin's played any and all and not worried about it. That's what Corbin does. And to put them kind of numbers up, and, we'll do our stat breakdown probably Sunday, but he's leading the way in a lot of stats in this area, and he's right there some of the state leaders too in a lot of this stuff also. And again, this is against some of the best competition going. Remember, how many times have they faced off against the defending state champions? I'm just going to say off the top of my head 4 times this year already. Am I close?
I would say you are.
I haven't looked at the schedule, and I would say they played Whitley Cape 4 times. And I'm not throwing off on any of the other teams because you still got Clay and stuff. We got some really, really good teams left, but there's a possibility that they might face off again. And not counting the team that they played out of state, and they played the best of the best, and put them kind of numbers up is unreal. Then you're talking about like the girl from Lexington Catholic. They were the top numbers you put up against top competition, and that's out there. And then you got Baylor Varner, seeing him firsthand. That you can't say enough good about that team, about the Harlan team, and that's just a group of kids that love each other. The coaching staff loves. It just only thing you do is just a group that wants to get better, a community that loves that team, and you sort of got to like them. I agree with you about Cooper Brock. It's what he does off the plate that's more impressive than what he does on that plate. Defensively, like a rock, and absolutely, he's all around just as good as it gets.
I have to agree with you 100%.
I
see the lightning behind your house there, that window there, Ryan.
Yeah, it does. And you have to see the trees out the other window. It's like swaying back and forth. But I'm going to go because I got to see the number 1 and 5 play, but in 2 separate games. Baylor Vonel pitched as great as he could, going 6 2/3 of an inning to get that win there in that first round of the district tournament. So, I mean, he is a great athlete, great pitcher, and did anything for his team to help get the win.
But again, I've got to see quite a few of these play, and again, like Mark was saying, because I'm actually texting the guest also, but Cooper Brock, we've had him on the show. It's just not what he does at the plate or on the pitcher's mound. It's what he does as a whole. And then Taylor Penn from Wolford County, I've seen it week in, week out. His ERA keeps dropping, and look at the talent that they're playing against. And Blake Hall from East Carter, 51 RBIs. So that just basically means that he's a RBI machine when he gets up. At that point in time, why are you not walking him?
So, Edward, you're not going to say Blake Hall's a long lost cousin. He learned it all from you or anything like that, are you?
I taught him everything he knows. They used to call me the RBI machine.
I would say that title might go to a female from Camp. She's yeah, but that's a different story from a different day. Maybe she could teach you something, Edward.
Well, I mean, first off, she'd have to teach me to actually hold back the correct way, because I'm pretty sure I probably don't do that either.
Now we haven't seen Ryan in action though. Ryan might be like Babe Ruth or something like that, up there puffing on the cigar and calling the shots and everything else.
Well, Ryan did tell me that they used to call him Babe Garnett back in the day.
I'll go and tell you and then everybody else. They're on Sunday. When my birthday was Sunday and everything. My cousin had a birthday party here in Middlesbrough at the City Field. We was out there playing baseball, and I was hitting some. I was hitting line shots to the outfield.
Wow.
And that's me not hit a baseball in for forever.
See, it's like a bicycle. Once you know how to do it, you just don't ever forget how to.
Yeah,
that lightning get pretty ferocious there. That lightning up your house pretty good there.
Yes, it is, and it's thundering very good too. But when I was hitting them and everything, it made me, it felt good to see hear the sound off the bat.
Yeah, it's something about when you get that sweet spot, you just know you've got a hold of one really, really good. I mean, I'd like to try at least one more time just to see if I still have it. It's been so many years, but I always used to love playing softball and some of the little church leagues and stuff like that. And, but back then they had like rules, like they don't allow you to hit one home run. But of course, the pitch was a whole lot more slower than what the females do. The females are drawn at 70, 80 mile per hour, some of them. But we were just getting yeah.
I don't know if I could hit a 60 mile per hour fastball.
Well, as much weight as I've got, and I'm not going to tell you how much I weigh, it's scary, but as much weight as I got, if I was able to catch up one of them, if I could get my weight behind it, I don't know. I could probably, I don't know. I just have to catch one first, I guess.
I'm all, back when you said back in your prime, was this you back in your prime?
Well, yeah, that's why I had hair. The hair comes and goes every now and then, I only bring the hair when I need the hair. That could have been me at 10-year-old. Who knows?
I'd hate seeing you at 10-year-old.
Don't make me jerk a picture out on you here. You know I've got one. Ryan does
and
too,
and
but we got we
and so, and so, and so do I.
Well, I am trying to figure out if the link's working for our two guests that's coming on. But while I'm waiting to get a reply back from them,
it's a good coffee cup when all the letters are falling off of it.
you run a perfectly good show talking about a coffee cup with falling off letters.
Well, that actually is supposed to say starter fluid. It's probably saying I don't know what it's saying. The R is meeting the E over there. The R like got scared. So I don't know what's going on there. So it's like set, flid.
Well, Mark, do you want to try sending that link out for me? See if it works.
Ryan, you want to try it? Cause
I don't know if I don't got neither one of them on Facebook. Hill, I'd have to add them.
It's the coach.
Let's see.
the okay. I can try it. Let me try it. Maybe we could save the day here.
Hopefully.
I can't. I had to. I come in by the storm. Okay.
Listen, I worry about him all the time. But Ryan, while we're waiting on Mark here, what time did you get home?
It showed sent
from the district.
I rode into my house about 12:15, give and take. That was Monday night. That was that Monday night. The thing is, you talk about 2 long games. Felt like it was never going to end.
It showed that it was sent.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if the link's working or not.
The way these storms are, who knows if anything works right now.
So what time was it the other night and you got in, Ryan?
About give and take around 12:15 or so.
What time did you have to go to work the next day?
9:00.
Yeah, I was pretty bullish my own self. I covered Lynn Camp's game. I covered Pineville's game, and yeah, it was Pineville and Barville and Lynn Camp Knox Central, and I always love it down there at Lynn Camp. I always treat it really, really good, and love them down there, and I could say that about a bunch of places, and I guess I was leaving out. About 10, a bit around 10. I think I beat both the ends out that night, but I know that next morning when 4 o'clock hit me, I was like, yeah. I mean, I'll never complain about going out and covering the games, but now it takes a lot, especially like which my schedule's changed a little bit now since we got summer school. Instead of being at work at 4 o'clock in the morning, guess what? I don't have to leave my house to 6 o'clock in the morning. So the extra 2 hours helps a little bit there. But when you're at a game to 10, 11, 12 o'clock, then you turn around and do that, and it's well worth it because what it's all about is getting out and promoting these kids and interviewing them and for most part, I think the student athletes they have a kick out of it. We try to make it fun for them. I could sit here and ask these kids all these serious questions, all these baseball questions, all these softball questions. I'm nearly 51 year old. I know a little bit about the game, and I can ask them a lot about it. But they don't want that, and I don't think that they want that. I think that they want to laugh. I think they want to enjoy themselves. I just think they want to feel relaxed, and hopefully that's what we do for a lot of the kids on their show. And again, I say it 1,000 times. They've got enough on their platter anyway between sports, between school, between this thing called life. They don't need three guys to tell us, give us a breakdown of last night's game and tell me what. No, don't. I don't think that they really want that, and I'm glad that all of us are in agreement that um, we feel better by just helping them laugh.
I mean, I agree with your. I'm still learning the game as I go, and my host Addison, which has been teaching me a lot here lately, and so I am learning more and more about the show. But while we're still waiting here, I'm gonna run through these graphics and some of these. Well, Ryan, you double coming on?
Well, two rides are better than one.
Yeah.
I'm switching. I'm switching to my phone.
Oh, I was getting ready to say we're gonna have dual Ryans here, but
No, I'm getting tired of my computer. It's putting a lot of heat on my legs, so I just switched to my phone.
which I'll run through these graphics unless Mark's texting somebody over.
I'm doing something on our private deal. I'm trying to get this to Ryan, so maybe he could help us about the link. See if he's friends.
But while we're trying to figure it out, we're going to do a rundown of these, and if they do make it on, then I will present these and go over them again with them. But if not, I do understand due to the weather and all that stuff, they could be having some technical difficulties also.
Well, the storm should be hammering them pretty good about right now because it's all going your direction.
Yeah. So I just kind of want to get y'all's general thoughts on some of this. But this is Madison Blair. She's got 6 doubles, 30 RBIs, 5 triples, 91 hits, 2 home runs, and 91 games.
Solid, 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 solid. That's about all you could say. One word, solid. That's getting her done.
I mean, that's phenomenal numbers.
I do have to agree, and I was going to have her confirm everything. But again, I don't know if you all know this or not, but for Harlan County, stats only go back. Let me pull it up and I'll tell you the exact year that they go back to. They only go back to 2022. Prior to 2022, the KHSAA has no stats recorded. So that everything I just told you all for Madison Blair was done in 2022, 2023, and 2024.
Yeah.
And she is a junior, so. But and I'm not sure why there is no stats recorded for prior to 2022, but that's here nor there.
That'd been a good question to ask them. That might have made us look educated by asking them that.
Exactly. But here's the graphs that I do make them, and I want to kind of get you all's thought because I don't think. But Ryan, was you on with us when I released a newer graphic that we released to the student athletes?
Yes, I usually am.
I think it was Sunday, wasn't it?
I cannot remember. It's hard for me to remember stuff from yesterday. So my mind is like everywhere sometimes, so I sometimes forget.
I'm glad mine ain't.
Huh?
I'm glad my mind ain't everywhere.
So what do you think about that one?
And I think you, as you do every other week, you do phenomenal work with them.
Yeah, but the sad part of it is Edward will not share his secrets. I'm just saying. I just for me, and I was voted down last week. I like the second graph maybe because it's different from what he's been doing. I don't know. The first graph rocks, but I don't know. Maybe because of the different part of it, the different side of it. Let's just say that.
And this is Harlan County's Jenna Wilson. She has 17 doubles, 44 RBIs, 30 stolen bases, 95 hits, 37 stolen bases attempted in 94 games. So what y'all's thoughts there?
I'm gonna tell you, just like the other one. I mean, 90+ games. I mean, that's just phenomenal numbers for anybody.
Mark?
Again, you know, we've been to Harlan County, and again, we speak about it every time we bring a guest on. Just how you know how the facilities are down there, and just how you can tell the administrators, the ads, and stuff. They all love their student athletes in at Harlan County, and they all want to promote it. And you know, me again, I'll tell you, I wish that I could personally get down there more than I have and promote more than I have. I got this thing called I'm getting older. I was sick half the year. I had some kind of a bug that I couldn't beat for 2 months. That really grounded me for a while, and to a point, I dropped the ball on a lot of these schools. I'll be the first to admit that, and for most part, I'm sorry. And hopefully next year we're able to get back to our norm and be able to get out and promote these kids the best way we know how. Because, and now I'm getting a really really bad echo. Woo. But yeah, hopefully next year that we can get back to our normal, get out and promote these kids the best way we know how. For like I said, for most part, I think that they enjoy the interviews and we enjoy them. And the only way we can put these kids out to the front where they belong is we need to get out. and do our jobs
Yes.
to help them be better, to help them be looked at, to help these schools look at it more seriously. And for that, like I said, I'm not giving excuses. And hopefully next year we're better. And for that, but when you do look at the Harlan County group, it was solid all year. Not only softball, baseball too. Scotty Bailey, you gotta love him, and I love what he's doing down there. And I think of him as a friend. Another guy's been really really good to me personally, and just really really love what they're doing down
Well, before I show you the rest of these graphics, and then I guess we say our final thoughts and then try to wrap up. We will have, as far as the Wednesday sliders, there's probably going to be about 2 more episodes remaining before we call it the end of a season and prepare for another season. But I will be trying to see if I can't. Next week might be a long show because I am going to try to get this week's guest on next week, and I've already got at least 2 that I'm bringing on. So we might have about 5, 6 guests next week. So y'all better be ready for it. But
Yeah.
But I do want to piggyback off what Mark was saying. Work had, I wasn't down with no stomach bug or nothing like that. It was just work kind of put a little damper on me because most games start at 5:30, 6 o'clock, baseball, softball, and by the time that I got home from work, it was typically about 5:45. So by the time I got all cleaned up and changed, I was right at the 6 o'clock marker. So far distance travel, I really couldn't make it there. I had, it was, couldn't make it there.
there. I think
But
called
that's
a
why,
job.
yeah, thing called a job that, everybody has to have to support themselves. But, the teams that I did get to cover, the teams that I did get to go watch, I loved every minute of it. And, for us, being able to get out and travel to the Somerset area, the Tage Creek area, being able to get out and watch the hazards, the LaRue counties, the Louisville males, the Harrison counties, to be able to get out and actually watch some of these teams that you only see just stats of and highlights. To me, I like to say it was amazing. And I've loved every minute of it. Next season, I plan on hopefully trying to do more and be able to cover more. But I just have to see how work goes. But
Yeah, no,
go ahead, Ryan.
okay. I'm on MP back off of both of y'all. Well, I'm not on my computer. I don't have the graphs for the other pages, but he'll before long we're gonna go and start sending invites out to them. So it'll be the football pages, both soccer pages, and the volleyball pages. So everybody just be looking for the launching of them.
Yes. And then there might be something new. Let nothing out of the bag. But come football season, there might be something new. For your Bryant's Family Medicine, all sports media, that is. But make sure I'm clicking the right one. This is the graphics that I will be sending them to the student athletes, and I will see if they want me to release them or they want me to hold on to them. But either way, I will send them to the student athletes that we had planned to be on today. And I kind of want to get y'all's thoughts on these. And big shout out to Valerie Rutherford and Bobby Cornett's photography for them amazing photos that they allowed us permission to be able to use.
Well, and the one thing about these graphs that you put a lot of work and detail on, and Ryan is a really really good graph maker too, and not taking nothing from him or taking anything from you, but and Valerie, she's sharp at it too, and just absolutely some of the best graphics you'll see, and all of hers are shareable and free, and we we're not if he was in this for money, we would definitely go out and get more sponsors. But we're not in this for money, and our sponsor, he's in it because he loves it. He loves supporting the student athletes, and Dave Bryant and his family, they don't get no better than him, and I love him to death. And I think he might get me if he's listening to me right now, but he's getting on that retirement train now. So whatever his next chapter in life is, we wish him the very best. And I love you, Dave, and you was always a pleasure to. You heard me vent and gripe about this job is yeah, and Dave was always somebody that would listen to me, just let me vent it off, to feel a little bit better. But love you to death for sure. Yeah, the graphics are sharp. They just don't get no better than that.
But
Absolutely.
If they
uh,
are, show me. I'm not saying we're the show me state. Show me a better graphic than that. Show me.
but
Show me.
again, I am gonna piggyback a little bit. Then I'll let Ryan speak, and then we can give our final thoughts. But again, like you said, we're not in this for money, and it's been proven since the startup of Bryant's Family Medicine, all sports media. If we was in it for money, in it for the money, all the graphs, all the stories, stuff like that we have wouldn't be free and shareable. Everything we do is free. If anybody, with the viewers we've got watching right now, and this might make me a busy man. If you got a graphic in mind you want me to do for your student athlete, feel free to shoot me a message. Shoot Mark a message. Shoot Ryan a message. I'll make any graphic you want me to make, or at least give it a shot. I'll promote the
I'll,
student any way that I physically possibly can.
I mean, I'll do
That's what
I'll
it's
do the
all
same.
about. That's what it's about. And I'm gonna open the door on this one. If there's another graphic that everybody would like to see me be able to give to the student athletes, alongside the two I already do, feel free to shoot me an ideal. Worst thing I can do is make it and everybody tell me not to make it again. Know what I mean?
But I do know, folks, he's got one graphic that he's still working on the working it out. That could be the mother. Can I use that term again? The mother goose of all graphics. It's going to be slick. It's literally going to be slick. Ryan, I don't know if he showed you that one yet, but
I
once
don't
he
think
gets
so.
the plate and all that together for it's going to be it. Uh, he's Edward, you're a talented person when it comes to that.
I've said it for years, but you know, Ryan, any final thoughts before we close off tonight?
Yeah, I just want to say, got two things. I'm gonna say one, everybody, stay safe if you're being impacted by this severe weather, and then the second one is, go out and see these athletes play. They deserve every minute of it. I mean, it may not be this year that they look back at it, but years to come. So get out and go watch them.
Mark?
If I'm guessing, well, no, they canceled the South Corbin game, so there'll probably be a. Have they been a time set on that yet, Ryan? Or
I will look here in just a second. He'll try to get it to pull up here.
So there's basically 2 more games left, and they're both in softball. Of course, you got that, and then you've got the Titanic collision between Lincoln and Powell, two really good solid squads, and that's going to be a well played matchup and going to be interesting. And hopefully one of us can make it down there. Again, we got this thing called work, and my summer school's actually triggered in now, and it's really makes it hard to do some of them earlier games to actually get down there. But hopefully, one of us can get down there and cover that one. But I don't have no inspirational quotes or anything like that, Edward. I just want to give a big shout out to all the schools, all the players, all the coach, and the ads. It's made us feel welcome at their schools, and this is our first full year us doing this in baseball and softball. This is we had maybe the last 4 or 5 weeks of baseball. I mean basketball, and it's actually our first full year doing this. Have there been mistakes on this show? Yes. Have there been mistakes on my show? Yes. Have we really messed up on a lot of our commentary and calling games? Yeah, there've been a lot of guys say rookie mistakes, but we've learned from them. Hopefully, football we come back. Can I use that term? Bigger, faster, stronger. In football, learn from our mistakes. So Sunday we're not going to be having a show. We've all mutually agreed that it's better to let the coaches and the players prep for region, and that's way more important than coming on this show and talking to us. Because again, we want every 13th region team to win, and we don't want to be any issues at all on block and prep or preparation for that. So I want to personally wish every 13th region team left standing the best of luck. Go get it. Go get that last team standing. And that's the sad part about sports is you're happy for one team and you're shedding tears for the other. And that's ironic thing about sports. You got one happy side, one sad side. All these teams put the same amount of work. All these teams want to win. But you only at the end you'll have one, and it looks like we got a guest that's coming on. Edward.
Yep, they.
Well, I guess we ain't signing off.
We had to get the new link. We didn't have the new
Hey, it's better late than never, right?
Yes, listen, I thought I'd have done jacked everything all up trying to send it to you to get you on. So
No,
I
we
thought
got
I'd
it.
done messed everything up. Well, at least I don't have to listen to Mark and Ryan no more. At least I get a little bit of
I was
intelligence
giving my
away from them.
motivational pep talk about how he loved every team, and Edward was fixing to cry, and Ryan was already crying, and the viewers was crying.
Listen,
So now
Mark, I think the only person that cries is you.
Oh.
But first off, sorry for keeping you, in the back room so long. But
It's okay.
But I do want to thank you for taking the time to come on, and just want to get the thoughts of y'all's, amazing season y'all have had so far.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like we started off a little rocky, but we made some changes and we got our bats going. I think we ended pretty good.
Well, Mark, do you want to ask some questions before I hit them with all the good hard hitting questions?
Well, he will hit you with the hard hitting questions, but first off, I gotta ask you, how's the weather your way at this point in time?
It's storming.
Yeah, it's raining pretty bad.
So are you scared of storms like me? I mean, I'm freaking out over this stuff.
No, I like storms.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about just yourselves personally about training, summer ball stuff that you do to make you the athletes that you are today?
During the summer we play a few travel ball games. We don't do too much, but we do play a few tournaments sometimes. I went and played with a team in Tennessee, and we had a bunch of fun there. But yeah, that's about it. And we do a lot of stuff in the winter, like the hitting house and running and getting in shape and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I think it helped us a lot staying together as a team because we'd at least practice like 1 or 2 times a week. And then whoever could go pick up and play in the weekends, we'd try to go play as much as we could just so we stayed active doing stuff together.
Okay, maybe my mind plays tricks on me, but I just saw a thumb come up out of
I see that.
like where in the world? I learned something new every day here. Uh, uh, one thing, when I think of Parlin County, I think of number one, just the administrators, the love for the student athletes with the administrators, and just the support staffs and stuff like that. How does it feel just being a Harlan County student?
I feel like you have unlimited support. I feel like either way, it don't matter where you turn, you always have somebody that can help you.
Yeah, I feel like it's very nice to be from a small town where everybody knows everybody and just having endless support from everybody, It's nice being home.
I've asked other Harlan County students this and athletes. The facilities up there are second to none. You just every now and then just like walk by yourself and just stare at them at times.
Yeah, I feel like we have one of the nicest, probably the nicest facility. I would compare it to anybody's. I think this school is beautiful. The football field, the softball field, the baseball field. It don't matter where you go.
Yeah, I really feel like that. We really need to be appreciative of it because it's beautiful here.
Well, Edward could probably help me with this. I don't know if it's still there or not, but I'm older than dirt. But you go down, I guess 119 right before you get into Pineville. You make a right to Pineville, left the middle of the borough. You get right close to that bridge. Off to the right hand side, there used to be 2 little spigots where water would run all the time. I don't know
Right
if you
there,
ever go
right past First State Bank.
Yeah.
So do you ever go there and get any water?
No.
That's the best. That used to be the best water
I know people
ever.
who have though.
That used to be like literally the best water ever. And
Yeah.
my mom and that had to stop there every day for 15 jugs of water, and she'd send us out there. Go fill them jugs up. You'd have to go out there. It don't matter if it's raining or 100
Rain,
degrees.
snow, sleet, or shine.
Oh, yeah, go. And while you're at it, crawl up that mountain, get that poke stock up there. We'll have poke and water tonight. But I'll talk you to death, Ryan.
It's kind of just talk about y'all's coach. How has she influenced y'all through the whole season?
She's there for anything we ever need. We all know we can turn to her on the field and off the field. And I feel like she really pushes us to be our best, not only during season, but in the off season when we're doing stuff. She just really just pushes us to be our best because she wants the best for us.
Yeah, she shows up day in and day out for us, and we know that she would do anything for us. And I think that she's really contributed to a big part in all of this.
My last question before I give you back off to Edward Hill. Let's talk about your schedule. And you've played. I know you've played some different types of team. How's that prepared you for this postseason run so far?
I feel like it's helped us a lot because we haven't backed down to nobody and we would play anybody. I just feel like that's really helped us to show that we want it and to help us improve our game and learn lessons even through the losses.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different pitching, and I think that has 100% helped us through all of the tough region games like South Laurel and stuff, like going to Myrtle Beach. That just helped us so much.
Well, before Edward
Edwin.
gets in there, I keep seeing that thumbs up. Is that like scaring you into something, or
I don't know what it is.
yeah? If I kept seeing that on my screen, I probably would be ducking and running or something like that.
Mark, it's probably something you're doing on your side anyhow.
If somebody's liking it or something, I mean, or Casper the Ghost is sitting there beside of them. If I see a ghost, I'm running.
But before I ask my questions, Mark, I'm very disappointed.
I was fixing to ask them.
You didn't
If you want
ask
me
about chocolate or taco.
If you want me to, I'll ask them before you start.
Go right ahead.
Okay, I know you know what I'm talking about. The little white candy bars that's got the white wrapping that says "World's Finest Chocolate."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it used to be like yay thick, and now they're like yay thin. So, what's your favorite brand?
Caramel.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh, I just like the blue one, the milk chocolate.
Well, there we go. See,
One caramel though. Anybody that picks caramel, their knowledge is like that big around. Yeah.
I love caramel.
Yeah, I
see
do
what you
too.
did. See what you did. Now he's not going to be able to fit out his door because you just inflated his head.
My knowledge is so big, I got to put it on the red wagon and I call it around. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, number 2. And it don't have to be a fast food or it can be a set-in or whatever. Favorite restaurants?
Our Mexican restaurant, El
Yeah.
Chorito.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't go wrong with them. Hopefully, I'm cheese sauce instead of red sauce, right?
Yeah. Rax is good too.
You know,
I would
we
have
was
to
down
agree with
there.
that.
My group, I worked for Whitley County. We bought some Harlan County buses. I tried that group of 5 to stop at Rax. They're like, "What is Rax?" I'm like, "Stop at Rax." And we wound up stopping, I think, at Wendy's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wendy's. Nothing against Wendy's, but I'm just,
Yeah.
Well, at least it
no offense,
wasn't Taco Bell.
You don't go to Holland without getting Rax.
I know.
Right.
It's the best. I just ate there tonight, actually.
See, if you ever eat at Rax and you're around Edward, just hand him the napkins afterwards. You know,
Okay.
that's all you gotta do.
Hand me the napkins. But before I go into a lot of it here, I got to ask you about your time in the Cal Ripken experience. Now, how did that help you all, and your thoughts about being down there?
I feel like it was definitely challenging just because there's so many teams that go down there from so many places. But I feel like seeing the different pitching and taking some of the losses just helped us coming back here, being prepared for our region and our district games.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think it was nice playing on the turf fields and stuff. It prepared us for going to South Laurel and stuff. I think all of that contributed to a big part in the way that we played in regular season.
If I'm not mistaken, that was at Pigeon Forge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been to Pigeon Forge this year, and then last year we was at Myrtle Beach.
So, I have to ask you, traveling to places like that where, there's a whole lot of stuff that you can do, outside that you can't typically when you're home. I know if you had Mark on your team, he's going to get everybody in trouble and they ain't going to be loud out. So that's just smart. But how hard is it to stay focused and just stay keyed in on your games and practice and not everything else?
I felt like it helped us because we had most of our games were morning games. So we was able to get up and get a good breakfast and go play and then come back and chill and do what we wanted to do with each other.
Yeah, and it helped us really kind of bond as a team. We had a bunch of fun, and it's always fun just staying with all your best friends, and it's really the best.
Well, just for the record, if you're with your group of teammates, don't put shaving cream in their hands and then try to wake them up. No.
Okay.
Sounds like you know from experience, Mark.
I played the fifth.
But I'm not sure. I can't remember if I asked you all this yet or not. But are you all trash talkers, or do you let your game do the talking? Because see, like if I beat Mark and he's over there crying, I'm gonna pick him up. I'm gonna trip him back down, kick dirt on him, laugh at him, and just roll him around and just walk away.
He would even do Ryan like that, and Ryan wouldn't hurt a butterfly, and he would still do Ryan like that.
No, I feel like most of us let our play do the talking, but I feel like it takes a lot to get us mad. But once we are mad, I feel like it's not good.
So you don't like ever point at like a pitcher or somebody up the bat and be like, "Yeah, I got you. Hit it this way."
I don't.
I wish.
No, I don't.
Well, they say they gotta keep it nice because coach could be listening and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can't let all the secrets out.
Right. My luck, I would say that, and they would hit it to me, and I would miss it. I know that would happen.
But before I turn you back over to Mark, I got to ask you, like, what did you see the biggest difference between last season and the way your team played this season?
I really feel like it'd be mentally. I feel like all of us grew up kind of because we lost 3 seniors last year, so we all still was really close with each other this year. And I felt like we all grew mentally and felt the heartache and felt the sadness of not making it past the first round of district last year. So it really pushed us this year to want to do better and to want to show the region and whoever else that we could do it just as much as I could.
Yeah, I agree. I think that our attitudes completely turned around. I think that going through what we did last year with the 8-inning loss at Middlesboro, I think that really killed us. That hurt, and I just don't think that we didn't want to feel that way again. And last night was a hard-fought game, and I just think that we really wanted it this year.
Well, if I'm pretty sure I was at last year's district tournament and this year's district tournament. And, I did see a big difference between your teams. But one of the things that I was asking them very early in the show is maybe y'all can educate us, but the KHSAA does not have any stats recorded for Harlan County softball prior to 2022. It's only 2022 and up.
Yeah.
Do y'all have any idea why?
Yeah, they just weren't put in really.
Well,
That
at least
that was prior to before we had Coach Burton.
Yeah, she put all of our
Once
stats
we got her, we got our stats lined out the last 3 years.
yeah, but say I can see that ever since she did become coach, stats are in for every single game. But that was just confusing to me because I had never seen that. But
yeah.
Mark, before I get around to my favorite questions,
It's again, just following your team, seeing the improvement and stuff like that. Everett actually asked you something I was going to ask you with the stats though, but just we know how your ultimate team go. You want to be the last team standing in that 13th region. So what is it going to take for you to get to that?
I feel like we're really just going to have to want it. I feel like if we have our bats going, we could play with anybody.
I think so too. I think that we really have a shot. If all of our attitudes are up, the dugout is being loud, we all just have good attitudes and we really want it. I think that we could make a good run.
I just I'll let Ryan take over here in a minute, but I want to just personally thank you for coming on. I know you just got through this thing called the district, and but just do want to thank you for coming on. I know you've got a thing called live. Are you still in school or school out for you now?
She's a junior, but I graduate on Sunday, and then we go back to school till the 29th.
So you probably out of school for about a week or so now, haven't you?
No, we don't graduate till this Sunday, and then we have to come back till the 29th.
I thought they let the seniors out like a week earlier or something.
No, we have to come the last day of school to get our diplomas. So
I would gripe about that. I think they let the Whitley County seniors. Yeah, I think they let the Whitley County seniors out like a week earlier or something. The only thing they had to do is just come back and practice or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wish we did that here. But.
No. But I just want to thank you both for coming on, and just absolutely love what you both personally are doing and what your team's doing. And you could definitely see that switch that got turned on from last year to this year. And it ain't going to be easy out for anybody. So whoever has to play you next, they got to bring their A game.
Appreciate it.
Mark, before Ryan takes over, you didn't ask the group question about if they're all together, who's going to do this, who's going to fix that, who's going to buy this.
Okay. See, he
It's
has to educate
disappointing
me.
to me.
I'm losing my mind with old age. Okay, your whole team's out in the 15 passenger van. The van breaks down. Who's going to get out there and fix it?
Leslie
Brown. Yeah.
Maybe we need to call her if her car breaks down.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, the same ones are your whole team's back out. You got the van moving around and stuff, got it rolling. So you just go to one or the other's house. Who's doing the cooking?
You.
Me.
Maddie.
So what do you like to fix?
Yeah, we make good pizzas in the oven. Straight from the package.
That would be Edward. Let's slap a pizza in the oven and give you a couple of Slim Jims, and we'll be good to go.
Hey, listen, pizza and Slim Jims, you can't go wrong.
Right.
Side of Taco Bell.
So if you decide not to cook for them, okay, and you just say, let's just go out to eat, who's paying for
Me.
Jenna. Yeah.
it? Right. Well, we know who to go to if we need our car fixed, and if we get hungry, we know who to come to.
Hey, we got
As long as you got a working vehicle, you can go and eat.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark can eat a lot.
I can eat a lot. You know, Rod's a good cook too. Don't let him fool you. He can put the meals together. They call him Chef Boyardee Ryan.
I do it at work, so
Yeah.
I go to work and do it. I come home and do it.
Yeah.
But I will say this to y'all. Good luck next week in the regional tournament.
Thank you.
Hope y'all keep on winning.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
All right. So I'm going to, before I ask my favorite questions that I always like asking, I do got a couple graphics that I make for each student athlete we bring on. And then Jenna, you can just message me after the show and let me know who to send everything to, because after the show is over with, they are yours to keep, post, do whatever you want to with, and we will also post them on all of our social media sites. And this is for Mark. He wants to know which one y'all like better, because he's going to like the second one I show you.
Or if you're going to be brutally honest, just tell them they both stink. I mean, we can put our honesty caps on here.
Okay.
We're all friends here. The only one gets offended is Edward, so don't worry about him. He's a nobody.
But yet you just called yourself the crier.
Well, I do cry a lot. I have to watch Titanic.
See what I got to put up with. Do y'all need like a
are you
back
criers?
carrier
Can
or something?
you like watch Titanic and not cry? Or a really, really sad movie? No, you ain't criers?
Oh, I am.
Okay, well, we got one crier.
Yeah, I cry at every movie.
No.
The Notebook always makes me cry.
Notebook. Well, Titanic makes me cry. I can about watch anything. I cry.
He can watch Looney Tunes episode 4 and man, it's gonna make him cry.
Well, you dancing in that press box at Harlan County there a month or so ago about made me cry too.
The what?
The what?
Yeah, Edward dancing in the press box about made me cry.
Oh.
Yeah, that
Well,
was not. Yeah.
Well,
That was
listen,
Gonna
you
definitely
was up there
cry.
agreeing with my dancing when I was up there.
Definitely do.
it wasn't that sight to see. I mean, hopefully, if you'd ever see that, you don't eat racks before you go see that because it was probably, yeah.
Listen, I can still bust a hip occasionally.
Yeah, you can bust everything in that press box too.
But on back onto the regular note, since Mark got it sidetracked, I'm gonna pull these up and you can just just give me your opinions on them.
Okay.
Tell me stuff.
Oh, that one's good. I like the first one.
Which
And
one,
see,
the first one or the second?
I think I like the first one.
I think that's 2 weeks in a row, Mark.
Yeah, I'm getting rounded there.
I like that. I like that one.
Ha ha.
I like the second one.
I like the second one too. Just I don't know, just something about it.
Well, don't get me wrong, I like them both, but the first one I feel like I have to put a lot more work into.
Yeah, I like the
So it
first
comes
one.
from the heart.
I like them both.
Yeah.
But again, those will be. I will message you after the show, and you can just tell me who you want me to send them to. But
Thank you.
You're welcome. But my final questions is, I always love asking these. So through your time playing softball, this is from beginning till yesterday. What has been your favorite all-time game to play in?
Gosh.
I feel like even though we lost Middlesbrough last year, I think that was such a hard fought game. I mean, it's probably not my favorite just because we lost, but it was a really hard fought game. I think everybody gave it their all.
My favorite game this year was probably playing Link Camp. We played
that was a good
Harlan
game.
the night before and won, and then we played Link Camp after. I just felt that night I just felt like we all came together and it finally clicked for us.
Yeah, that's whenever we started getting.
And we've actually dug in and wanted it.
Yeah, I think that's whenever we started getting better together as a team. And last year, our game against Whitley, that was a really good game.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
So what
My
has been the longest game?
Yeah.
Do what?
What has been the longest game that y'all have played in? Like the longest innings?
The Lincoln game was long.
Like how many innings we've been in, or just the ones that we feel like was the longest?
Well, like, have you ever been
Either
the one that's
or.
been like 13 innings, or whichever one you thought's been the longest, or whatever?
8 innings.
Yeah.
So which game felt like it lasted the longest?
Link Camp.
Camp was a long game because it was so close.
It was just so close the whole game, and
yeah.
it kept going like back and 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. Like it just kept going, and you just you just wanted to win so bad.
Yeah.
I got one more for you. Do you guys play like online games?
I do.
I don't.
I've absolutely had to tell my kid in here about half of them. He's in there. I don't know what he's going off about it there, but so are they fun? Is that something I need to start doing or something?
They're fun. They're fun. You should invest.
So what do you play?
Fortnite.
I think that's why he's in there playing Fortnite.
Yeah, it's
Well,
fun.
My
Which
daughter was playing Fortnite too, so.
because of softball. But during the winter,
So you up at 3:00 in the morning, shouting at people, playing these
I'm
games?
not snowing. Yes.
But my final question, well, technically not final because I think I know the answer to the last one, but this can be player or team. Who has been either your favorite player or team to play against all time?
I don't have a player, but I always like playing Whitley and Harlan.
Yeah, me too.
I like playing
It's
Harlan
always-
just because it's
Yeah,
our rival.
they're both of them are both so competitive. They're
Yeah.
both really good competitive teams. And
So what would you consider?
for us?
What would you consider making it so competitive against those two teams?
Well, Harlan is our rival, so obviously any sport it's always competitive and
I don't know why with Whitley, but I just feel like when we play Whitley, everybody we play Whitley to win.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been like that since my sophomore year.
Yeah.
We've always just played Whitley, and Whitley's wanted to beat us just as much as we wanted to beat them.
So outside of it being Harlan, who would you consider your next biggest rival?
Oh yeah, I want to say Middlesbrough, just because.
I don't know. I say Whitley.
Yeah, I know.
I'm about to
Maybe
say
it's the
Whitley.
one-sided
I don't know. I just feel
Yeah.
like when we play Whitley, it's just like it's a game everybody wants to watch because we've always went back and forth all year. Like they beat them or we beat them, they beat us. It's just always a ball game.
Yeah.
So which one do you get bigger bragging rights on? Beating Harlan or beating Whitley?
Harlan.
So are they
I can
ever
say, 'cause y'all, it's so
bet,
close.
are they ever bet viewing the Harlan girls or something? Whoever loses by racks next time or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, see, Mark, you owe me racks now.
Yeah, we definitely need to get down there and eat some racks. I'm ready to go right now. It ain't open on 24/7,
It was good tonight.
is it?
No, I don't think it's open.
Now, Edward sure don't mind riding in the rain. That's a story for another time for Young. But I just say that he don't mind driving in the rain.
It's not a story for another time. So when it's raining, do you drive 25 mile an hour or do you still drive speed limit?
Speed limit.
Speed limit.
There you go, Mark.
You know what's going to happen? We're going to keep you on this show for 3.5 hours. At the end, just going to unplug. That's what's going to happen. But the truth of the story is, we was coming back from Rome, Georgia. We went and watched the national championship game, covered it down there at Cumberland's. We're coming back. They're literally giving tornado warnings all over the place. It's knocking his car all over the place. I could drive through it. It ain't going to get us. And the winds are like, we're sitting there holding on for dear life. I'm like, pull over. Let these stores blow over. No, he was determined to drive through it. It's like it seemed like all the way from Georgia, this storm was following us the whole way. But that's the truth.
Yeah, maybe I would go a little slower if it was like that.
Y'all see
tornado to get me.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
just
some
like
of these
that.
times you can hear the sirens and stuff going on. Like, God Almighty, get us to the shelter.
But he's also
like,
failing to tell you.
I can drive through it.
As you know, the 25 minutes of him crying back there when we hit the interstate, everybody fell asleep and didn't wake up until we was back in Knoxville. So they don't know nothing else from that point forward.
I'm not falling asleep with tornado sirens all around me. I'm trying to hit the nearest ditch or the nearest concrete building.
Now listen, this is the same guy that we went to Georgia again, and people was 5 miles ahead of me and tapping their brakes and him hollering, "You need to slow down. They're hitting their brakes up there." Y'all ain't passengers like that, are you?
No. I'm just along for the ride.
Say, he's not. He's I don't know what you call him.
I'm the ultimate backseat driver. Yeah. Slow down, turn here, turn signal. Yeah.
Telling you 25 miles before you're getting off. You got to turn right up here.
Yeah.
But before we ramble on more about Mark and his driving, I do want to thank you for taking the time to come on and have to deal with Mark.
Thank you for having us.
Oh yeah, I mean I had a blast having you on here, and Al Mark's going to show you his coffee cup that's falling apart.
This is supposed to say starter fluid, and for some odd reason, it's like saying the R went over here to the E. It's got scared or something. So I don't know what the T and the U just left. I don't know what happened.
I'm sorry you had to deal with Mark. I've been trying to figure this guy out for 35 years, and I still can't figure him out. And don't tell nobody I'm related to him either, but.
And these young ladies has got school, and it's like 9:30. I've got school in the morning. I got summer school.
Well, we ain't worried about you having school.
I got to drive a school bus with all them bundles of joy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, but
do you do the school bus thing, or do you just drive yourselves?
We drive.
Oh.
Yeah.
So did you enjoy your? Yeah, I call them 60 students I had all year long on my bus. They're like bundles of joy.
I would say it's more of a race car driver and not school bus.
Yeah, our bus driver is.
We love him.
Race car driver.
Yeah.
So like you was holding on to both sides of the seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it no other way though. We love him.
Yeah, we loved it.
But again, I do want to thank you for coming on. Y'all have had a phenomenal season. I'm glad I did get to come up there and cover you a few times, and hopefully, later on down the line here, coming up in the region, we'll get to see you again. And again, just congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.
Mark, Ryan, you got anything before we let them?
Just, again, what they were saying, thank you for coming on. I know you've got a thing called School Life. And of course,
I appreciate
yeah, thank you for having us.
Yins has been a blast. We have just good time with these interviews as Yins do, and Yins have been an absolute blast. And hopefully, we could get you on some other time too. And even for the senior over there, we've been known to bring graduated guests back on, so maybe we could get you to come on sometime next year too.
I might have to try to.
Oh well, okay.
Might even, possibility of bringing her on.
Yeah, we are launching soccer stuff, so maybe you could educate us on that game a little bit.
Soccer?
Yeah.
I've never played soccer in my life.
I thought you would say soccer.
No.
I don't know. It's late. But I do want to thank you for coming on for real, and just keep on keeping on. The future is great, bright for both of you, and just cannot wait to see what you do later on in life.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ryan, you got anything?
That's just what I said earlier. Good luck the rest of the way out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We do appreciate you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Well, the whole time I thought I'm glad everything got worked out and we got to get them on. But I mean, great interview.
We got some good laughs.
Yeah, I mean, great interview. Great interview. Great student athletes.
And they went on with it too. They held their own. There's a lot of talent. You can see talent right there, not only just in the sports part of it, but they both got the attitudes, the outgoing attitudes to do this and do this at a much higher level than what we're doing, because that's the energy, the charisma that you need to, break them walls down, and you can feed off of that, off either one of them.
I agree 100%. But, fellas, I'm going to say it's been a great show. Had two great guests in Jenna Wilson and Maddie Blair. And, it was couldn't ask for a better go around. But, any final sayings again before we close off?
I was I closed mine before they come in here. Just again, thank you to all of our viewers. View's been really, really good even during this hour 40 minutes here. So big shout out to the viewers, and we love you all. And again, like I was harping on before, that they come on. We've made mistakes, and hopefully the next season coming, we get better and better and better and better. We're launching all this from the ground up, and we're working our butts off. Be patient with us, and this product will be really, really good for you.
And I'll just re-say what I just said. Everybody stay safe with this weather. And then two, go out and watch these student athletes and cover them like they deserve to be covered.
I agree 100%. And, I'm going to leave you with that too. Got to go to Harlan County, got to watch some phenomenal student athletes play. But I'm going to leave you with this. From everybody at the Bryant's Family Medicine All Sports Media, good night and God bless.